All right. Hey, welcome to the Go4CEO channel. And I am the CEO of Go4Ceo. I'm excited to share with you a little bit about who I am. I just wanted to do this recording because I felt like, I've been seeing a lot of channels out there and they become very personal when you start to subscribe to them and really get to know the contributor, the creator, the person that's really kind of the vision behind everything. So I wanted to give you a little bit of the behind the scenes look and a little bit about myself so that you understand why I am growing this Go4Ceo channel and why about a month and a half ago, we're in November of 2020, about a month and a half ago, I really decided like, get serious about this, John. Buckle up, start calling people, start to create those relationships that I've had for years and bring content to this channel so that people can bring value or can listen to value. So a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in the Chicagoland area. I'm a only child to a beautiful mother that passed away in 2014. So it's been 6 years. It's 2020 now, and always hard to kind of swallow that phrase there that she's passed away. But the reality is she taught me so many good things. As an only child, I had to be a little bit of a entrepreneur spirit. We didn't have a ton of money growing up in Bentonville, Illinois, and when I wanted the Jordans or this or that, a lot of times it really only came after I started working, and my first job was in Wendy's. I actually faked my birth certificate. I'm not proud of it, but I made a copy and whited it out and then made a copy and put it in. So with a typewriter, I think it was. And anyway, convinced the owner of that Wendy's to give me a job, and I was only 15, a few months away from 16 to actually work. But I was so desperate to make some money that I really didn't know what else to do but to fake my birth certificate and start working. So, that goes into, being a part of being an only child, kind of being self-reliant on myself. And, my mom had some issues with my stepfather and some of their things that were going through divorce. But she was steadfast about staying in the Chicagoland area, especially in Bentonville area, and letting me finish my high school. At high school, I was a captain of the soccer team, starting in my sophomore year, and had a chance to go sophomore, junior, senior year as a varsity player. Did really well. Had some accolades, all conference, and some other accolades, and never as good to maybe go through all the way to the university side of things. I did have some offers and played with some of the opportunities there, but what happened was I left high school a little bit early. I graduated, so it wasn't I dropped out or anything, but I had taken enough AP courses, advanced placement courses, that gave me enough credits that by January of 1994, my counselor said, "Hey, you don't have to come back to school." And I was like, "Hey, I'm all right, I'm out." So I planned to live with that girl that I was puppy love back then. So we lived together, and obviously it didn't work out. But came back to a company where I saw an advertisement on the bulletin board of where my mom was she was a clerk at City Colleges of Chicago, and I was starting to go back to college, or starting college itself at Wright College. And I saw a bulletin board, and it said, "Hey, make money." And I was like, "Man, I love making money." And I just kind of missed that side of things since I went to live with someone and had a job, but not like entrepreneurial. So this one was an entrepreneurial type position, intrapreneur inside the guy's company called Cool Bear Enterprises. And to this day, we're still friends, Chris and I. And if he sees this video, it'll be interesting. But he taught me a lot about marketing, about being on the phone, about cold calling, about building relationships instantaneously, and trying to build rapport and all that type of stuff. And we were selling local and long distance services, and it was a great journey. I remember we grew enough to get our own office instead of having renting out space. We got our own office at that point off of Clybourne and Dayton. And I remember getting my own office, like my own space. I used to just be in like a little cubicle, and for the first time, I just felt like I was winning in my life, right? And even though I was inside of a company, I felt like that entrepreneur spirit inside, and Chris allowed us to really be that type of dynamic. We built our own client base, and we really nurtured those relationships. And I remember those days I learned a little bit about networking and cross-selling taking a client that sold widgets and introducing them to a client that bought widgets. And why was that valuable? Well, because that made me more than just a salesman, more than just a commodity of long distance and local line service back in those days, when it was becoming truly a commodity, just like cell phones and those types of things nowadays. So long story short there, left that company, started my own, Nextel distributorship business. I saw Nextel and I said to myself, man, this is a great product. It was the walkie-talkie phones back in 96, 97. Got that to about 99. Had some failure in it, had to shut down, but learned a ton about now being an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. And then guess what I did from 1999 to about 2001? I just started bartending. So I bartended, had a great time, cash business, met a lot of people, helped start up one of the Embassy Suites bars downtown Chicago. Gosh, the people that traveled in and getting to learn their stories. And as a bartender, you got everybody's story, especially when they were starting to drink a little bit, right? So in 2001, I became a financial advisor, got all my licenses, got in with World Financial Group and some of those guys. And I also had actually started previously before that in the long-term care and term insurance business with a guy named Jerry, who's still a friend of mine too. So hope the theme is like, I meet people, I build relationships, and I try to never, be offended or get offended, right? Or be offensive, and build good relationships, because that's what will get you throughout your life, human capital. So we started, I started in the WT side. I got going or left in about 2003, met my soon-to-be future wife. Back then, we met each other through the business. Then I went to State Farm, had a good stint there, thought I was going to be an agent for a while. Didn't work out very well, but then also started a company called the AutoGenie.com. So we were an online buying service for cars. One of the first YouTube videos, I believe, uploaded in the first thousands, not the first ones, but first thousands. And there's a grainy one out there of the AutoGenie. My partner in that was actually a client of the insurance business, and we created a business that was an online buying service. When back then, there wasn't really a thought. The internet wasn't so robust as it is now in 2020. That I sold my business in 2009. I got married in 2009. I just was kind of a bum for about a few months and didn't know what I wanted to do. So I got into banking because there was a gentleman that influenced me who, again, is a great friend to this day, Carlos. He got me the job as a banker on the retail side. Then I grew that to a branch manager role in a pretty quick time frame. And I learned how to, again, be an intrapreneur inside the entrepreneur spirit that I had. So a lot to come with this channel as well about entrepreneur, CEO, founders, startups to 25 million in revenue. And that's kind of the vision of this, channel. So hopefully you've taken the time here. You've given me a few minutes, and I don't want to bore you much more, but I just wanted to share with you who I am. So 3 girls, father to 3 girls, husband to 1 wife for the last 11 years, and just excited to bring you this channel, excited that you would be a part of it, excited that you would subscribe, excited to see how many times you look at some of these stories that these entrepreneurs and CEOs, founders, and soon enough entrepreneur stories that we have on the channel to bring you great value and how to become a CEO of your life, because you don't have to be necessarily a CEO on paper of a company. You could be the CEO of your life. So excited to have that. Not much more to say, but thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Certainly comment, give me a call or text me at 773-297-4497. I'm always open to having a conversation with anybody, really. As long as you have that mindset that you want to grow, you want to be better, you want to improve, gradually improve, I'm here for you. And I think this channel will be something that you'll really, really enjoy over the next few years and hopefully decades to come. If YouTube lasts around that long, we'll be making content in these types of spaces. So have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to me, and hope you enjoy the content at the Go4CEO community. Take care.